Hmm. Methinks this is working. Hopefully. In theory, it should be, but you know how technology gets, right? It's a little bizarre. This is so weird hearing myself without actually hearing my voice. So if you see my ear do this, it's peeking out only because it makes it easier on me to be able to hear myself. It's weird. It's weird how different your voice is when you cover up. Like I heard this tip: if you cover up your ears from the front, you hear what you sound like to other people. I don't know how accurate that is, but if you want to try it out, or of course you could just record yourself or film yourself and get a pretty accurate representation. But you've probably noticed sometimes when you film a video of yourself, you sound a little bit different than you would uh, to your to yourself because you're hearing a lot deeper of a version of your voice. So in a way, you're hearing, in my head at least, I'm hearing a much deeper voice, and you are hearing my much higher pitched voice, which, you know, that's to be expected. But thank you to all of the people who are joining me this evening. I understand that this is a late stream. I wasn't planning this today. I knew I wanted to do this, and I didn't know when I was going to have the opportunity to do so again because Sunday nights, there's school the next day, and I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about that. Monday's a holiday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, happy day. Um, and, just then you get into the rut of the week. So I figured now is the best time to do this. So thank you to all of you guys. I have my live chat going right here so I can see everybody. Looks like we got a bunch of people. Looks like we got Matthew, Haunt Creeper, Cameron, Jose, Jimmy Fan, Evan, Captain Spectre. We got a lot of people. So thank you, all of you guys, for clicking on this video. And the purpose of this live stream, and hopefully if you're watching this live stream and it's, not live, as most of the people who are going to be clicking on this are, what this live stream is my opinions and my viewing of Distortions Unlimited and Trick or Treat Studios brand new products for 2019. Now, I'm going to see these in person in exactly 1 week from now. Next Saturday, I will be at the HauntCon or Halloween and Party Expo, and you will get to see all of these new props, masks, etc. at the expo, and I'm going to be making videos on those. But I wanted to get my initial thoughts out on this live stream, and I also figured, we can go down the list and kind of talk about each one. So that's what I have in store today. So we're going to do that and see how it goes. So I hope you guys are all doing good. Is my mic sounding okay? Does everything seem up to par? I have to say, whatever I did tonight, the lighting looks a lot better than it did in the last stream. So that's a good thing. And we even have the lovely HTJ Halloween. What's up, Hunter? Thank you for joining us. And I appreciate all the kind comments, not just on my most recent video, which of course I appreciated all of the feedback. And you're also going to want to check out the community tab because that community tab allows for you and I to interact even when I'm not uploading videos. So that's brand new. The light I have, in case anyone's wondering, is it's what's called a softbox. It's this huge light that is super, super bright. If I just bring it in here, you can see how massively bright this is. It's kind of a studio light. You even see I have some glares there, but that is essentially what I've been using. And I appreciate all of you guys' kind comments. I've said it a lot. I'll say it again. God has really blessed me with each and every one of you. So thank you to all of you guys because I feel like hauntformer, and I know this sounds pretty cheesy. I'll be honest, this sounds kind of cheesy, but it's true. Hauntformer is a family. We are united in our love for spooky things brings us together, makes us friends of one another. So welcome to the friendship. And with that said, let's look at the creepy stuff. Okay, so first of all, I need to activate screen share. So I want to make sure this is working properly. I'm going to share my screen. And right now, you're going to get that really cool looking, man, what's it called? Infinity mirror type thingy. So I'm going to minimize that. And now you can see what I see. So is everything working up to snuff? It looks like it. I mean, everything looks pretty good. As you can see, this is my YouTube Studio Beta dashboard. For all you guys who also upload videos and stuff, this will look generally familiar to you. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the first website on our to-do list. And don't worry, I have the live chat right in front of me so I can see all your comments in real time. First place we're going is Distortions Unlimited. I'm sure most of you are aware of Distortions and what they do. Their website consists of a whole lot of things, but what I'm really concerned about right now is going to the store. And if you even want, you can follow along with me if you have a second, device that you want to do this with. And I'm going to go to the new for 2019 section. And just to make it a little bit simpler, I'm just going to show 100 so we can see everything on one page. So that's a good tip. So remember that. All right, welcome. Wow, we got even more people. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you'll enjoy this. Sit back, get yourself a little drink. I know it's a little late, but you know what? It's Saturday. Saturday is for the haunts. It could be a t-shirt. Like Saturdays for the boys. Saturdays for the... I got nothing. All right, we're going to go in order. Do you think we should go in order of the website? Yeah, let's just go in order for the website. Up first, we have Corpse Beheaded. Now, this is one of my favorite new things that Distortions is going to be offering. In fact, and I didn't want to spoil this, but you know what? We're live and just feels like the right time, Just feels like the right time. I ordered this. Yep. I pre-ordered Corpse Beheaded. That's correct. So, coming next month, because it says 3 to 4 weeks, so I'm assuming next month because I ordered it, on Tuesday, I think. I ordered Corpse Beheaded, and you will see a video of me talking about this. So, I know 85 seems like a little much for a head, but keep in mind, I actually got 20% off this, though the shipping was a little high. If Distortions is watching this, love your stuff, Distortions, but I hope that shipping price could perhaps go down, especially on your smaller items. But, I mean, just look at the detail, the paint, the purples, the colors just pop. I just love this piece. And if you watch the video, and I also want you guys to comment, can you hear the video when it plays? Can you guys hear that? Tell me if you can. Can you guys hear? Oh, yeah. We don't do any of that. That's the $1,200 model. I'm not sure if you can hear that. Let's minimize this. I'm not sure if you could hear the audio of the prop, but if you can't tell what it is, oh, you can hear it. Okay, awesome. Thanks. So what this is, so it's a puppet. So you see that hand right there? That's Ed Edmonds, by the way, the kind of founder of Distortions, along with his wife, Marcia. If you see that head, see the hand right there? That's not his hand. That's a part of the prop. And his hand is in there. So it's more of an interactive prop than a, kind of an animatronic. So you understand where the price comes in. But I love that idea. And they have more. So you can go to their older stuff and check out, some of their older options. But I thought that was just an ingenious idea. So I went ahead and pre-ordered this. So you're going to see more videos with good old Corpse Beheaded. But there's a lot more. So let's keep going. Let's keep trekking. I hope you guys are having fun. Wow, 43 people. Thought you guys had bedtimes. I guess not. Up next, we have the Kraken Crypt. The Kraken Crypt. This one's pretty cool, actually. This has a old school prop vibe. I'm digging it though. It reminds me of that one. I think it was Jimmy, if I'm not mistaken. Prop, the little tabletop that opens. It's like and it closes. Definitely not the same caliber though, considering it does come out to about $300, $400 almost. But wow, what a great animation! Distortions always makes awesome stuff. I appreciate all the kind comments, by the way, in the comment section. You guys are really awesome. That's a cool one. Not my favorite. There's other ones that I really like too. Okay, this one is the most expensive one of the year so far, from what I can tell. But it's cool. Especially you guys who love clowns are gonna love this. That audio is just chilling. That's cool. So all of you clown fans, that's a good one. All right, so apparently I'm on a Distortions Facebook group, and apparently this Dead Again prop is a reskin. Reskin, I said it, reskin. Well, it's kind of a reskin. It's a remade version of this classic prop, but it's really cool. It's $195, which isn't terrible, and it's essentially a two-piece corpse. Very nice. Love the look of it. But there is a better one. I'm gonna get to that in just a second. So stay tuned. Up next, Deadweight Tomb. Now, I'm not one for fitness. I probably should be, but this is gonna be the most jacked zombie you've ever seen. Look at this guy. Now, here's the only thing. I like it. I'm not entirely sure of where it would go. Why do these ads keep popping up? I'm not entirely sure of where it would go. I guess a cemetery is probably the most practical use of this. The angling would be hard, but still really cool. Really, really cool. All right, let's keep going. Up next, we got Dolly. Well, there's two versions. There's the Dolly static prop, and then there's the Dolly animatronic. Now, the price is a little much. It's still cool though, still creepy. It's creepy, like the eyes are creepy, but it's just a little much. And the prop doll isn't too much better of a price. I think like 100 or 150 would have been better for the prop, and maybe 200 for the doll. A little bit I get it's probably bigger than I would think. Still neat though. It's Distortions. All their stuff is amazing quality. Here we have the Gargoyle. This was the first thing they released back in early January, and may I say the sculpt on this is fantastic. Looks like something out of Hunchback of Notre Dame. Looks really well done. It's much bigger than you think too, and that's going to be a cool one to see at the expo. Man, they have some neat stuff this year. Yeah, and like you said, Adventure Industries, it's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. All right, let's keep going. Now, here's some ones that some of you more frugal haunters are going to be interested in. First one is the Ghostly Ghost. This one's only $124. That's not a bad price for Distortions at all. This is a hanging prop, and it looks pretty good. Has a great sculpt, great paint application, really nice. And to complement that, you also have the Ghostly Vampire. Also, again, great sculpt. I kind of like the Ghost one better, but they are the same price, so it's kind of, pick your poison, if you will, quite literally, and they're good prices. Now, Gravebuster Bonnie has a nice, creepy face. The price is one of the highest ones. And, I'm sure, the animation is really cool. Yeah, looks like something out of, like, a Disney ride. Again, though, these are getting into more of the professional caliber haunt props. Super cool. Like I said, Distortions rocks. This one, okay, this one just popped up recently, and I am digging this one. If you guys didn't know, I'm a huge skeleton nut, and Hairy Scary Skeleton is basically exactly what I love. It's a hairy-looking skeleton, and it is 192. It's a 5-footer, 5-foot prop. Really good design. The face looks really well done. It has a similar vibe to some of their older Reaper props. Very nice. Moving down the line, we have the Halloween Scarecrow. Now, this one's a little bit weird because the face obviously is really cool. The pumpkin face. And he has that nice, collared shirt. I don't get the gloves entirely. I'm assuming that has to do with being a scarecrow. But, it's interesting. And the price is, I would say, reasonable. I believe it's 5 foot. Yeah, over 5 feet. All right, so it's probably more like 6 foot. So I guess that one's definitely more affordable. All right, let's go to Last Laugh. Now, if you can't tell, Last Laugh is, from what I can gather, a reskin of the Distortions Granny, made into a clown. Now, it's not a bad thing because the sculpt for the Granny is really well done. However, just something to keep in mind. The paint job is very different, though. Creepy. I kind of want to know where they get some of this audio. I'm pretty sure it's all custom audio. This one is one of the cheapest ones, I think, other than Corpse Beheaded. This is the Monster Bowl. There's not too much to say about it. It's a bowl, and it looks like Frankenstein's monster. It's really big, too. I don't think some of the pictures do a good justice. Here it is with, like, bananas in there, so you can get a good feel for how large this thing is. And I've seen, some of the sculpt pictures. It's quite big. Really cool. It would make a great centerpiece for Halloween. I'm not that big into, like, collecting bowls and stuff, but if you are, that's one of the coolest ones I've seen. Now, okay, some of you have pointed out some of you have I've even gotten some messages like, hey, Hauntformer, I think the monster mummy is up your alley. You could not be more correct. Other than Corpse Beheaded, which, like I said, I pre-ordered also because it was more affordable. This right here is awesome. Beautiful sculpt. The hair is great. The price is really well done. It's not freestanding, but you can lean it against a wall. You guys probably know I have kind of a thing for mummies. I've just always gravitated towards corpses, skeletons, and mummies. I just find them really fascinating in what the variations you can get. And this is perfect for, and it's hard. The only difficult thing I can see about this particular monster mummy is the theming for it. But still, that one's one of the best ones they have this year. All right, we're getting to the end here. Up next, we have Night Fright. This one's creepy. Again, one of the most expensive ones, but it is creepy. And these are electric props, by the way. These are not pneumatic. At least this one isn't all electric. That audio reminds me of Dawn of the Dead. The old Jimmy, Dawn of the Dead. All right, this one, Rotten Rover, I really like the sculpt. I wish they would offer a static version for like around 250. I really think it should be more like 200, but I get they would have to lower it a little bit because it is a half body dog, remember. But man, what a sculpt. That is fantastic. And here's a better look at it too. Look at that. For all you dog lovers. They said the audio download will differ from the one in the video. But look, there's like hair coming off of it. I love that one. That's a good one. It is expensive though. All right, now we're getting into the last few. First one we got here is the stone skull. Here's Ed compared to it. You can just see how massive this thing is. Incredible paint job. I actually prefer this one over the other skull, which I'll get to in a second. This one's 130. Pretty reasonable price for such a grand piece. Though I'm not sure what I would exactly do with it, but it is really nice. I just like put it in my room. All right, we're almost down to the wire. We have Super Skull. This one, very similar, in size. It's probably the same exact sculpt. It just has some added lights, flickering lights in the eyes, which does make it, stand apart from the other skull. And it is quite cool too. But I still like the, grimy stone look of this skull. And last but certainly not least, this kind of goes with the corpse beheaded. Now, what stinks is the video is not available for some reason, but this is Willie the Rat. And if you can't tell, this hand right down here is not Ed's hand. This is a fake hand. And the rat is a giant puppet. So there you can get a little better look at it. I really like the concept of this one. I wish that the rat would look a little more menacing. It kind of looks almost like a mouse. Like it looks a little too cute for me. I wish it had some demented eyes and fangs and stuff. I would really be on top of that if it was the case. But still great, concept. And I'm sure this puppet thing, if it's popular this season, they're going to expand on it in the future. Because right now all they have are the heads and the Willy the Rat. But, just before I leave the Distortions page, this is Corpse Beheaded, and this is the one that I purchased for 2019. And to answer your question, Hunter, yes, they have great customer service. Janine, if you ever watched the show Making Monsters, the Distortions television show, Janine was on the show, and she is really good at getting back to you. She sent me some audio tracks that Distortions hadn't. They're a really good company, and you can message them and they'll get back to you pretty quickly. So that is everything that I wanted to cover for Distortions Unlimited. That's all of their new products. Now they could be adding more, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah, and I would say if you're looking for some more professional grade props, definitely look at Distortions. If you can snag anything from Distortions for under $200, you're getting a really good deal. So the highlight ones for me then would be Corpse Beheaded. The Dead Again's okay. I actually prefer the other one better. The Gargoyle is really cool. Harry Scary is great. These two are kind of pick your poison, though I do prefer this one. This one is a little over 200, but I think for the head, you're getting a good deal. The Bull's pretty cool. The Mummy is really the standout one to me, in my opinion. The two Skulls and Willy the Rat. Though like I mentioned before, I did order Corpse Beheaded. Yeah. Which one? Night Creeper? Which one's that? Is that the Night Creeper? Where did I put that? Thank you again for all the kind comments, by the way, in the chat. You guys really are super cool. Yeah, there's a lot of good props. So the 20% off code actually expired on Tuesday. That was the last day. They do like a early bird. I guess that's what I would call it, the early bird special. But I'm sure they'll offer some more discounts. And you can also go in. So say you're doing a theme that's, I don't know, aliens. You can go here, check out all their alien props. They do have a home haunters section. These are usually they're more affordable stuff. So notice all this stuff's under 200. Some of this, this gets to some of these get rather high. But this is another really good one. This one's not new, but this one's called Apparition. It's 184. So they have some good stuff. I definitely recommend checking them out. Their Distortions is kind of well known for their alien props, and I couldn't agree more. The aliens are incredible. So yeah, that was pretty much everything from Distortion. So thank you for watching that section of this video. Now let's move into the other section, which is Trick or Treat Studios. So, TOTS, or Trick or Treat Studios, just released their brand new 2019 catalog to the world. Or, probably not the whole world saw it, but at least the Haunter community did. Sorry, I'm drinking some water. You just got some water ASMR right now, I'm assuming. Yummy. But I'm about to go through. This is going to be quite a challenge. The entire catalog with you guys. So, like I said, get comfy. I'm not going to be here all night, but I'm going to try to get through every page. And there's like 80 pages. But that's okay. It's totally worth it. So here's the catalog. You can click right there to download it yourself. And if you're going to the Halloween Party Expo like me, they will have physical copies, and you can order physical copies off of their site. All right. So the first page is the cover page, the year he came home, because as you probably can guess, Trick or Treat Studios now has the rights to Halloween 1978. Chris Sefro said, "My affiliation with Halloween goes all the way back to my childhood. The picture had a major impact on me and fed my lifelong love of Halloween and horror. A big thank you to Malik Akkad and Ryan Freeman for giving us this amazing opportunity." Chris Sefro is the president of Trick or Treat Studios. I actually briefly talked to him at last HauntCon, and he seemed really nice. I haven't met Justin Mabry, but he is an amazing artist. And he says, "Halloween has always had a special place in my heart. It's the first horror movie I can remember seeing as a child and being truly terrified. The kid in me is thrilled to get a chance to make products for a movie that made such an impact on me." And I couldn't agree more, because Halloween is such an inspirational movie for horror lovers and also just so iconic. So, with that all prefaced, let's jump into the catalog, and you know right where we're going. Halloween. So up first, we have the Michael Myers mask, 1978. I've looked at a lot of pictures of this thing, some heavily edited, some barely edited at all. Like this one's just simply just a photograph in lighting. And I have to say, it looks pretty solid. Now, remember, this is a mass-produced mask. Not every copy is going to be perfect, but it looks, to me, pretty dank. Looks pretty creepy, if I do say so myself. And being such a big fan of the original Halloween, this is a must-have for me. You can also get the coveralls as well, and the butcher knife. I actually really do like this butcher's knife. I already have the coveralls. You can check out my video I did on those. But definitely the mask, for sure. You also have the Laurie costume. I'm assuming that is an appliance that comes with it, so it looks like when Michael Myers slashed her. And they have the young Myers costume, and the mask. Now, that is really cool. If you remember from the opening scene where Michael grabs the mask, puts it on, and it kind of covers up the camera. That's a beautiful mask. And you can even get a Sam Loomis costume. Sam Loomis, everyone really talks about Michael Myers and Laurie Strode, but in my opinion, I think Dr. Loomis is probably one of the best characters in horror, because he's just such a good compared to Michael Myers' evil. Same goes for Laurie, but I always have loved, Donald Pleasance in those movies. So that's really cool. Let's move on to the next page. Here we have, this is definitely another must-have for me. This is the H1 light up pumpkin. I'm hoping the light flickers as it does in the opening scenes of the film. But I love the way that they shot the opening credits, and that makes a great prop. This right here, now, I'm sure it's not going to be as cheap as, Spirit Halloween decorations, but this is the Michael Myers H1 static prop. That's a full-bodied prop. It's sporting the coveralls and the mask, and it has its own hands. Looks really nice. Looks really solid. So that's definitely going to be one you're going to look for 2019. You can also look for the Judith Myers tombstone, our beloved daughter, born November 10th and died October 31st. Very scary And I definitely wouldn't mind picking up that tombstone as well. And you can also get the Myers ghost costume from when, Michael Myers kills Bob and wears the sheet. I was watching a video on this. I'm not entirely sure why you would want a sheet to buy that, but whatever floats your boat. If you really want to dress like Michael Myers when he dressed like a ghost, so you're really wearing a costume in a costume. But that's pretty interesting. All right, moving on to Halloween 2. These are kind of, we've already seen these. The H2, I've done a review on this one. The L-Rod, which was kind of the replacement H1 mask. The hospital mask, the blood tears mask, the Ben Tramer, blonde mask. Then the economy with the already sculpted in hair, the face mask with no hair, and the vacuum form, which I also did a review on. You've seen those. You've seen the coveralls. Now, this is new. The Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. I really do like this one, and it's made out of metal. I definitely want to look into getting that. Not sure where they're going to be offering it this year, but I would love to get my hands on that. And we also have the H2 pumpkin, very much like the original, but, a little bit different. And I actually love the way that it turns into a skull in the opening credits. Then you have also the knives. The knives. There are 3 different ones. You have the classic butcher knife. You also have the L-Rod knife from when Michael takes the L-Rod's knife. And you also have the hospital scalpel. Going down here, we have a few of the Myers props from Halloween 2. And this is the static standing Michael Myers. That's probably my favorite one, and it's pretty affordable. Then you also have the animated H2, and then you have the half-bodied hanging Michael Myers. That one's like 100 and some change. Let's look into that. Let's move down. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, one of my favorite John Carpenter movies. Another great Halloween film. Now, all of the masks have already been out, so you've probably seen a lot of those. But what you haven't seen yet is the final processing metal sign. I definitely want this in my room. This is awesome. Because if you remember in the movie, not to spoil anything, so mute your mic or whatever for a second, but final processing in the film meant when they put the silver shamrock chips into the masks, that would get them ready for killing people. So that's where that comes from, and that's why it's authorized personnel. Halloween 4 is another one of my favorites of the Halloween franchise. You have a bunch of stuff, including the Jamie Lloyd costume and the mask, but the coolest thing is the H4 Myers mask. Now, I actually heard this was from the original molds from the original movie, and that makes me even more hyped. This is definitely on my list too. This one and the H1. Halloween 5, Revenge of Michael Myers, definitely not one of the better movies, and though the mask here looks good, I'm not a fan of the design of this mask, but it is accurate to the film. The Thorn temporary tattoos, that's to do with the Thorn trilogy, the Thorn symbol that appears on people's arms, and woo, spooky. Not a big fan of that storyline, so I'm not really. I mean, that's kind of cool. But actually, the coolest thing from the Halloween 5 section is the Brute mask. Now, if this is like, whoa, what's this doing here? I think they misplaced it. No, the Brute is actually when Michael Myers doesn't have his mask on, and he actually puts on a different mask to disguise himself. And he wears this mask in Halloween 5, and it's called the Brute. And I actually think this looks really accurate. It's very cool. Not sure if I'll get it because, it's more obscure, but it is still a cool mask. All right, we have Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Seen this all except for, of course, the new for 2019 H6 Pumpkin. Like I said, we saw the other 2. Not really planning on getting this one. Definitely the H1 mask is where it's at. Then you have the H2O and Resurrection masks and the Halloween 2018 items, including the coveralls. This is the new battle variant of Michael Myers, where when he gets shot, psych, boom, or whatever. I forgot what she says, but Michael Myers steps back into the frame of sight and he gets shot in the cheek. You also have Officer Francis. That's his carved up head from that one scene That's definitely really cool. I think it goes for like $80 or $90. And then here you have the dead eye appliance. Because if you remember in Halloween, the original, Michael Myers gets stabbed in the eye with a clothes hanger by Jamie Lee Curtis. And they definitely transferred that to the new movie, which is really nice. And then finally, you have the kitchen knife. This just looks like a generic kitchen knife, but it's nice that it's a prop, so you're not going to be hurting anybody or yourself. So that's all the Halloween stuff. They don't offer anything from the Rob Zombie films if you are a fan of that. But, I mean, there's other... I think Ruby's owns the rights to those movies. All right, we're going to move on to the other items. Up first, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Most of these, I don't think any of these are new, actually. Is any of this new? Nope, none of it's new. So you have the sledgehammer, the meat hook, the Leatherface costumes, grandpa mask, all of that good stuff. I've never seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I want to, but I haven't. So just wanted to point that out. Moving further down, you have part 2 now. This one is a full-size prop right here, the Nubbins prop. And you have some of the other masks from part 2. You also have this Leatherface. You got this Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the only new one, really, is this Texas Chainsaw 3D mask. Which actually looks kind of cool. Doesn't really resemble the original, but it almost looks like Scarecrow from Batman. I like it, though. I like it. All right, now we're getting into the Good Guy Collection, or the Chucky stuff. So this right here, the Good Guy doll, is awesome. You can also get the box. You can get the cereal. You can get the batteries. It's not a real cereal, by the way. You can get his helmet, a hammer, a construction bib. You can get all of this cool stuff, accessories to go with your Good Guy doll. I really want one of these Good Guy dolls. Don't get me wrong. You all know that I love Chucky, but the price is expensive for me. It's like $400 to $500. Now, in the whole scheme of things, that's not a bad price for a prop replica as good as this one is. I've seen it in person. It's awesome. But I'm just not ready to pay that yet. But if you are, it's probably the best one out there. Here we have the Child's Play 2 items. We've seen these before. The Good Guy doll, the voodoo knife, the evil Chucky, and the Bride of Chucky. This evil Chucky is a really good mask, by the way. It's a cool mask. Saw, you're getting the things that you get that come with Saw. I do have the Billy puppet. I did do an unboxing, and perhaps I'll even do a review of him too. By the way, thank you to all 35 people who are still watching. 34, whatever. Thank you guys for watching. Even though it's almost midnight. Wow, it's almost Sunday. We will officially have been together for 2 days in one video. How bonkers. Just turned midnight. Wow. Here we have the rest of the Saw items, including the Jigsaw appliance sets. Those are actually, I like those. And the reverse bear trap and the pig, I like those too. And I actually have both of these masks, and I can advocate that both of them are great. And you can get the robe. Kind of like that too. Here you have the trick-or-treat section. I'm still waiting for the day when at Trick-or-Treat Studios, if you're watching this, you're probably not. But if you are, first of all, thanks. And second of all, can you make a Sam prop for like $200? I'm sure the Scary Closet would help you guys. You could, work it out. But I don't know. I think that would be really cool to see. But you all know what to expect there. Dawn of the Dead, you got the new airport zombie mask. Definitely an interesting sculpt. And this is cool too. This is the Roger Pillow Pal. I've never seen the movie, but I do recall seeing this character. And that's really cool that he comes with, the fact that you can put him on a pillow. Or unless the pillow comes with him. I'm not so sure. Definitely not that sure. You also have the Day of the Dead. You got Mr. Tongue and Bub. These two guys. I'm sure you've seen him before. And Land of the Dead. Big Daddy and Butcher. Evil Dead 2. Now, the one new thing here, well, besides the dagger, is the Necronomicon with the pages. If you are a fan of the Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, I haven't really seen them all the way through, but I'm planning on it. The Necronomicon is the Book of the Dead, and that would be a really great prop for fans of the movie. So definitely very cool. Return of the Living Dead. This is my favorite zombie movie. And they have some cool new items, including trash when she becomes a zombie. That looks really accurate to the movie. Not sure if I'll get it, but if I do, that would be great next to my Tarman. And you can also pick up the Mohawk zombie. Now, he's not in the film, from what I remember, but he is on the poster and all the artwork and stuff. That is a cool mask, too. And you can also pick up the trash costume and the party time skeleton. And I also did a review of Tarman. Here you have Zombie, just the movie Zombie, and They Live, and Nightbreed. The new things, of course, are the They Live alien face mask. I like that. I'm not sure. I don't believe it's vacuform. They don't specify. It's probably just latex. I have this one. It's very cool. And there's also this black berserker. I've never seen Nightbreed, but even if I haven't seen it, that is a sweet mask. The paint's really good too. Here you have Killer Clowns from Outer Space, one of the most zonky uh, horror films that I've ever seen. Really fun movie too. I love these cotton candy props. They're just really cool. And all of the clown masks are super awesome. I'm considering getting one of them. I would probably want to get Shorty, but I'm open to anything. And you can get all the costumes too. Oh, they have the Shorty costume. That's pretty cool. What are you gonna do? Knock my block off? All right, so up next we have Creep Show. And Creep Show is definitely a really interesting movie. And you have Harry and Becky. These are, I think, sculpted by Justin Mabry, and it shows. These are awesome. I would assume that if you get one, you probably want the other. I probably won't be able to afford both of them, but these are sweet. These, if you're especially a fan of Creep Show, are worth the checkout. And you can also get Fluffy and Nate too. Definitely great characters from an interesting movie. And here's the Purge stuff. You got Abraham Lincoln, Uncle Sam. You even have that Lady Liberty mask. Remember that thing that I tried to make like 2 or 3 years ago? Yep, they have it. And they also have the Kiss Me and the God mask too. Interesting thing is, I'm not sure about you guys, but I actually saw, I think, these two at Spirit Halloween last year. So maybe they got some early copies. Not too sure. And here we have it. Now, oh my goodness. This Pennywise looks straight out of the movie. That looks like Bill Skarsgård standing right there. That is awesome. That is really cool. And even the economy mask is pretty well done. Though I will say the sculpted on hair and, just get this one. If you're really going to pay for it, just save up the money and get the nice one, okay? I'm not sure what the price difference is though, but just do it. And you can get the teeth too. That is it's creepy. And we have the Happy Death Day masks. It's nice that Trick or Treat Studios is doing some of these more affordable masks. These are about $20 each. This one's just the generic school mascot, and then this one's the actual killer's mask because it's more grimy and dirty. Very, very nice. I love it. Here's the full moon features stuff. You got the Castle Freak, you got Killjoy, Shrieker, Ginger Dead Man. The new one is the Pinhead Vacuform. I haven't seen Puppet Master yet, but as soon as I do, I'm sure I'm gonna want both of these because that Pinhead's a nice mask. And the other new one is the Lurking Fear, which I haven't seen the movie, but that is a cool looking mask. Here we have the Netflix talk of the town, other than, of course, like Bird Box. I would say Terrifier was the other big horror film on Netflix this year. And I haven't seen all of it, but I've seen enough to know that this is terrifying. It deserves the name. You can get the Art the Clown costume, and of course you can get the Art the Clown mask. Great sculpt on that. Very, very creepy, and it captures the likeness of the clown and the actor rather well. So good job, Trick or Treat Studios. Here we have the Annabelle prop. That's awesome. And it even says "Miss Me." I made a video covering this, but yes, they are making an Annabelle prop. So that's really nice. And you also have these Tragedy Girls masks. I don't really know what Tragedy Girls is, so I couldn't say, but you can get the Michaela and Sadie masks. I'm sure they're going to be pretty cheap. They look vacuform. You have Dead Silence and all of that good stuff, and The Strangers Pray at Night from last year. You also have the American Werewolf in London collection. These are really cool. One of my favorite movies. And you also have the Clockwork Orange stuff. This and Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut too. Very, very nice. Now we have The Shining, and perhaps one of the best things in this whole catalog is this right here. Roger the Dogman. You guys know I'm a big fan of The Shining. This is a must-have for me. If you remember The Shining, you know exactly the scene where Wendy's running up the stairs, looks into one of the hotel bedrooms, and this emerges, and it is just weird and awesome at the same time. Definitely getting Roger, the dog man here. And you can also get the Red Rum and Axe. I did a video on the Axe, by the way. Gremlins. One new thing is the Bandit Gremlin. He comes with a gun and this, bandit mask. That's really sweet. And there's the other Gremlins too. And you can get Stripe and Gizmo and the masks, respectively. There's also Krampus. They have, of course, the Window Peeper and Krampus himself, as well as the Robe. Now, I'm not seeing the other one. There was one more, and I'm not seeing it here, so I don't know if they lost I don't know if they either lost the rights to that one or they didn't feel like bringing it back. Maybe it just didn't get good enough sales and this one did. But regardless, that's that. Here we have Lugosi and Lon Chaney, two of the most famous classic actors. Here you have the Dracula mask, beautiful mask, and the White Zombie mask. This is just a weird movie if you've ever seen it, White Zombie. It's a cool movie. And you have the Phantom of the Opera, of course, and the Green Phantom, which is cool too. It's not really movie accurate, but I like it. Well, I guess it's in black and white, so who knows what color he was. And you have just a bunch of assorted masks. The Funhouse Gunther mask, King Kong, the Iron Giant, Darkman, Jaws, Bruce the Shark, the Beast of Blood, Pumpkinhead, that's a cool one, and Dark Knight of the Scarecrow Bubba mask. You also have Jeepers Creepers with his hat, Sinister Mr. Boogie, the Orphan Killer, Victor Crowley from Hatchet, Jody the Pig from Amityville, The Awakening, and Leslie Vernon from Behind the Mask with the sickle here. Yeah, here's Silent Hill too. You can get the creepy nurse and the masks from the nurse, that go with the nurse costume. But the big new thing is this pyramid head. I've seen pictures of this from their Instagram page, and oh my goodness, it is monstrously big. So it looks maybe kind of small here. This is huge, you guys. I've never played Silent Hill, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate to the size in the game. And here you have all the WWE wrestling ones. The new one is Paul Bearer up here, but you have Andre the Giant, The Undertaker, the Macho Man, the Ultimate Warrior, Ric Flair, and Roddy Piper. And you also have, Sting and the Sting face mask, and Rey Mysterio, The Rock, John Cena, Stone Cold, Mankind, and Kane. Not a big WWE fan, to be honest, but I know there's a lot of you guys out there who love WWE, so it's cool that they include these masks too. And some of them look really realistic, like John Cena. It's honestly a little creepy. You can't see me. Actually, yes, we can, John. Here we have The Walking Dead. I don't think there's too much new here other than this eyeless walker, which looks pretty nice. Everything else, I think, has already been seen before. Yes. Star Trek. The one thing that's new is Gorn right here. Almost looks like Godzilla. which kind of makes me sad that Trick or Treat Studios doesn't have the rights to Godzilla, because that would be sweet. Game of Thrones, nothing new, right? Yeah, nothing new. Game of Thrones. The Twilight Zone. All right, this is exciting. This is really exciting. First thing, we got Talking Tina, or Talkie Tina. Wow, this whole time I thought it was Talking Tina. I guess it's Talkie Tina. Hi, I'm Talkie Tina, and I love you. Creepy. I love The Twilight Zone. It's probably my favorite TV show. And this right here, this is also on my wish list. This is the Camowit, or aka the alien from the episode To Serve Man, one of the best Twilight Zone episodes, and one of the coolest looks of the Twilight Zone aliens. And then, of course, you have the Eye of the Beholder, Mystic Seer, and the Gremlin from Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. Also did a video on him. And you have all of the masks from the episode of the masks. And the other new thing is the Eye of the Beholder Doctor, I guess, makeup appliance too. So you could always get that if you don't want the mask. American Horror Story, you have Brainiac, the Bump, and Ball Gag to go with all of their other masks. And the Bowler is new too. And that's probably one of the best ones. It is more expensive though. And then you have Twisty the Clown and the Peeper and the Nun and all of that good stuff. You have Rocky and, everything that goes along with that. Keep going. Hellboy, the Goon, Uncle Creepy, Mars Attacks. That's a great Mars Attacks. This is actually the mask that got me into masks. I think this is one of the first masks that I ever ordered because I love Mars Attacks. And it's still a pretty cool mask, but I think they definitely beat it out with this one, which is more movie accurate, while this one's more based off of the trading cards. Here you have some stuff from the good old comic books with the Witch, Vault Keeper, Crypt Keeper, Quicksand Zombie, Craig Moore Zombie, and the Ghastly Zombie. You have the Netflix original Umbrella Academy. Leave a little comment if you've ever seen this. I've never heard of it, but these masks are definitely creepy. The Cha-Cha and Hazel. The Cha-Cha especially is like, what the heck? It looks like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's cool, though. Don't get me wrong. Oh, and you have the Academy Kid and Diego masks, too. Oh, it looks kind of like Deadpool. Here we have AC/DC, Megadeth. Wow, the Vic Rattlehead mask is really nice. I remember Distortions making a Vic Rattlehead too. Never really heard Megadeth, but I know of it. And you also have Metal Health from Quiet Riot. Never heard of that. I know Alice Cooper, obviously, War Pig, and stuff from Misfits. If you guys like that stuff. This one's from Ghost. The new thing is the male nameless ghost mask. Oh, and I guess they have, the costumes and all that good stuff. Carnal-copia and Papa and, Iron Maiden. Just kind of going through House of a Thousand Corpses, Rob Zombie, Devil's Rejects, Scar Appliances, 31, the clowns. Those are cool. For some reason, this clown kind of reminds me of Marv from Home Alone. I've reached the top! I don't know why. He just kind of has that look to him. The Snake Hut from the Worst, and Batula and Robot Reaper. I like Robot Reaper. I don't know what this is from. I've never heard of the Worst, but that's a cool looking mask. And then you have the Toxic Tunes, Infestation, and Ghoul-Enna. Never heard of that either. All right, these are the Mabry Monsters custom masks. The only new one is Everett here, which kind of looks like a shrunken head, but I like the design. These are interesting too. Tom Savini, very famous practical effects creator, made these Faces of Horror masks. And you have 3. You have Tombed, Graves, and Mort. And out of those, Mort is definitely my favorite because of the eyes and because of the teeth here. But Graves and Tombed are really cool too. And you're going to get some really good sculpts because they are, again, Tom Savini. And you also have the Death Studios, Lovecraft, and Upside Down. Lovecraft is really cool, especially if you love H.P. Lovecraft. From Zagone Studios, which is also going to be at HauntCon, by the way. They have a lot of interesting masks as well. They have a cool art design. This Visitors from Space is pretty neat. And the Dawn Post masks. Now, the Dawn Posts, they have a lot of different ones, including Harry, Evil Gnome, Twisted, Fury. The Fury one's very retro, and so is the Demented Clown. And these three, Withered, Green Corpse, and Rotten, are really cool. I really like Green Corpse. It's just, I don't know, those dark eyes. Just creepy. Oh, and Kaiju. He's cool too. They're all cool. They're masks. Then you have the Trick or Treat Studios originals. I don't think anything's different here. All kind of the same stuff that we've seen. Nothing bad about it, just nothing new. Horror Teeth. Those are really cool. Here's some new stuff. They're trying to dive into new territory, and I like that. Thanks, Trick or Treat Studios. So you got the Phantom Creep, Leatherface, Chucky, and Michael Myers rings. So all you jewelry nuts out there, this is for you. You also can get some keychains. And they have a bunch of pins. I've never seen that one before, and I really like it. That's from Halloween 3. A few more to point out. They have Krampus and the Krampus Bell. They have the Strangers Pray at Night. They have Trick or Treat. And, of course, they have Gremlins, including this really cool Christmas tree one. Really like it. And they have air fresheners. I really want one of these air fresheners to put in my car because why not, you know? Who doesn't want your car to smell like Tarman? Or Krampus. Let's get my car to smell like Krampus. No, really, I want my car to smell like Michael Myers. Or better yet, maybe one of these guys. Oh, Silver Shamrock. Yeah, Silver Shamrock. Let's make my car smell like a Silver Shamrock. Yeah, so those are really cool. These, I am really stoked for these. So what these are, if you can read sideways, these are retro wall decor. So if you've ever seen those classic Halloween decorations, you know, those classic looking Halloween decorations that people used to hang up and pin up on the walls back in like the 70s, these are them. These are them. And I love the artwork with these. And I'm sure they're going to be relatively cheap, so you're going to want to snag them while they're available. And what you get is the Halloween 1 series with Michael. It's awesome. The Halloween 3 series, which is really cool. The Halloween 4 series, They Live. And you also have, this is my favorite one, by the way, the Universal Monsters. I'd love to hang these up in my room. But there's more. Yes, there's always more. Chucky. Huh, those are cool beans. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. American Werewolf in London. I love those. And the Universal Monsters. This is the series 2. Those are cool too. Those are definitely vintage looking, but I like these ones better because I love the colors. They pop really well. But these are vintage. And you have the holiday horror ornaments. Michael Myers, Leatherface, Sam, and Billy. The ones that stand out to me are Michael, Sam, and Billy. The Leatherface is a really nice one, too. I've never seen the movie, though, so probably I'd end up getting Michael. And coming soon, you can expect things from the Hammer monster movies, The Walking Dead, Dead by Daylight, the video game, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and many, many more. Now, what I want to ask Trick or Treat Studios is if they're watching this, all of these little things, they have copyright for, if I'm correct, right? They have copyrights for all of this stuff. And most of them are masks, okay? Following? Great. Universal Monsters. I love the Universal Monsters. Do I need to say it again? I've said it so many times. They are the foundation of horror and Halloween, and I love the old movies. Now here's the question. They have made a Bela Lugosi Dracula mask, and they have made the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera mask. I don't know if it's because of the licensing to the likeness of Boris Karloff or Lon Chaney, or really it's just those two, or Lon Chaney Jr., excuse me. But where are the Wolfman, Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Invisible Man masks? And Bride of Frankenstein. And Frankenstein. But I'm naming the ones in the catalog. Obviously, Trick or Treat Studios has the rights to these characters right here. They did this. They did Phantom. They have the rights to all of these characters. When can we expect masks based off of these beloved monsters? I really want, especially if I get that the likeness of faces is difficult. So these two are iffy, okay? Because Lon Chaney Jr. and Boris Karloff are hard, I'm sure hard to get, faces. But the Invisible Man and Creature from the Black Lagoon don't resemble anyone. All right, I get Claude Rains played the Invisible Man, but he was covered in gauze. So all the mask would be is gauze with goggles on it and a fake nose and hair. But man, what an awesome mask. It's one of my favorite movies. If please, Trick or Treat Studios, I don't want to sound like I'm begging here, but please make an Invisible Man mask and a creature mask. Come on, that's so cool. Please. And to answer your question, cheesier elf, my favorite Universal monster is the Invisible Man. Such a great movie. And my favorite Spirit Halloween theme would probably have to be either the Zombie Wasteland or the Zombie Baby Playground. So, and again, look at this. Invisible Man, Creature, Mummy, Wolfman, Phantom. Same characters. So, let's go back to here. Let's go back to here. So this has been a definitely interesting stream, to say the least. So that's pretty much it. That's basically everything that I wanted to show you guys in terms of what we can expect from Distortions Unlimited and Trick or Treat Studios into 2019. I'm excited to see this stuff at the expo, and I want to get your thoughts on it. So after this video is done, it's going to be uploaded, and I want you to comment what are the best things that you saw from both Distortions Unlimited and Trick or Treat Studios. All right? So that's it. I'm going to let you all go now so you can go to sleep. And it's all, I don't know what time it is for you, but for me, it's almost 12:30. So I got to get my zombie sleep because beauty sleep is over. So, again, if you missed the stream, which I'm sure some of you have, and you know what? That's cool because I get it. You have lives outside of me. I won't take it personally. But if you missed it, please go back and watch it and just chill out with me for, I don't know how long the stream was, like an hour. Chill with me. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a blessed and safe rest of your weekend, and I will be back with videos of HauntCon next weekend. Remember, as always, for all things Halloween, this is hauntformer signing out. Goodbye.